Alright, so I am, as you can tell, doing more drive motor work on the Linkbelt because 25 hours after we put new brake clutches, brake pads in both these drive motors, this one decided to go out. Some pins or something come loose inside and it just started grinding away and making a god-awful noise. So I went ahead and took it to Gregory Poole, which is the local cat dealer, and oh my gracious. Let's go ahead and put that on. I'll finish gossiping later. That's the return line, and that one's got pressure on it. I didn't take it to the place last time that I took the other one to because they screwed me out of a bunch of money. So I didn't feel the need to go back there. So I took this one to the cat place. They have their own pump shop. And I was actually pretty pleased with it. They were pretty well backed up. But they did a good job. They were actually able to get, unlike the other place, all the parts that they needed, they could get aftermarket. So instead of going from Linkbelt to the Linkbelt or the case dealer, because I mean it's pretty much the same motor in both machines, they were able to get aftermarket parts, which were about 60% cheaper than from the dealer. So I mean that saved me a crap ton of money. The only thing I had to get from the dealer was some seals, just because they couldn't match those up. But like all the internal gears and parts, they were able to match all that up. And long story short, after I went to pick it up, the bill was like $1,200 cheaper than the estimate, unlike the last place that was, what, $2,000 more? I don't remember. It was a lot. So I'm definitely pleased with the cat dealer, and they will be getting anything else that breaks because they do a good job. And Mr. Cameron is now in Kansas and is not here to put this back on. So guess who's doing it? Yours truly. But unlike the 3400, it's not 17 degrees out here while we're doing this.
Oh, that was quite,
Is it
that sucked quite.
Do you remember how cold it was that day?
Yeah.
I think it was 17 degrees.
Had 2 pairs of gloves on and still couldn't feel my hands.
But the good thing was the fluid was so cold that it didn't run. You don't have to worry about grass growing here either.
Nothing resting.
Nothing will ever grow here. But I'm excited. It's been down for about a month. Unlike the other place, this took a month instead of 2 months. Let's put big bets down here. Everybody needs the 18-incher. Now we want to get the little one. Everything's so oily. Because that won't fit on there. That's why I'm not using it like that. Alright, one more. And then the little, I think that's for the high speed. And then we're going to make sure this thing works. So we got all our little plugs. That way your threads don't get all covered up or get crap all inside the motor. And also I got a hydraulic filter right there to put on. I think that's the return filter. That'll catch any of the brass that got shredded up inside this motor when it came apart. And that'll keep that out of everything. It's kind of hard to justify changing all the fluid in the whole machine. So we're going to do a couple filter changes, and that should be adequate. See if this little one will fit. Always make sure you take your plugs out. don't it want to reach? We could have made that like an inch longer and been fine. But they didn't. God knows that's tight and rusty. Alright, well let me get this on there and we'll pick up on it when we get it fired up.